Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Solo Sikoa had a WWE WrestleMania 41 to forget as he didn't feature on the card, barring a small appearance before Jacob Fatu's US Championship match. However, away from the squared circle, Sikoa reunited with his real-life brother and multi-time WWE Tag Team Champion, Jimmy USO. At one point, it looked like the 32-year-old star could potentially be Randy Orton's opponent at Mania after Kevin Owens withdrew due to an injury. However, this wasn't to be as Joe Hendry turned out to be the Viper's mystery opponent. Though Solo Sikoa missed out competing at the show of shows, he seems to have had a good Mania week personally, as he reunited with his family. WWE legend Rikishi recently shared a bunch of pictures on Instagram where he could be seen with his sons, Sikoa and Jimmy USO. Check it out below. The former NXT North American champion has plenty of history with Jimmy, as two had been a part of Bloodline together for many months before things blew up. During the road to WrestleMania 41, all was not well between Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa, as the two often got into arguments backstage. Some assumed this could lead to Sikoa betraying the Samoan werewolf at WrestleMania 41. This didn't happen, as Fatu went on to capture the US title from LA Knight at the event. However, on this week's SmackDown, the tensions between them were reignited through a vital moment. Just when Solo Sikoa began taking credit for Fatu's victory, the latter snatched the mic from him. Sikoa looked visibly upset over this. Before things could get heated, LA Knight and Drew McIntyre interrupted. Though it looks like Knight, McIntyre, and Damian Priest could be vying for Jacob Fatu's US title, Sikoa could be lurking around, potentially plotting a betrayal. A feud between Sikoa and Fatu has tons of potential and could elevate both performers to unforeseen heights in the Stanford-based promotion. Arpit Srivastava is a journalist who reports on pro wrestling WWE at Sportskeeda. He is also an assistant content manager for the AEW team and has played a pivotal role in building it from the ground up. Arpit graduated in political science and mass communication. From writing for his college magazine while being a huge wrestling fan to pursuing journalism as a career, he has accumulated 5 years of experience in the industry. During the course of his career, Arpit has written nearly 4K articles, garnering over 32 million reads. Besides covering the latest stories in the world of pro wrestling, Arpit mentors several up-and-coming writers and is also responsible for assembling a stellar team for Sportskeeda's all-elite wrestling division. Arpit gives utmost importance to fact-based reporting as he sources information only from reliable outlets. He believes in providing relevant information to readers, allowing them to form their opinions based on legitimate facts. Among Arpit's favorite wrestlers is MJF. He admires the Wolf of Wrestling for his cool, anti-authoritative attitude on television. Arpit is also fond of Sami Zayn's never say die approach and underdog persona. In the women's division, he looks up to Becky Lynch for her sheer aura. The WWE Universe woke up buzzing this morning after a stunning photograph hit social media. Solo Sikoa, the silent enforcer of the bloodline, standing side by side with none other than Randy Orton, the 8-time WWE champion and one of the most dangerous men to ever set foot in the squared circle. The photo, snapped backstage after a chaotic Friday night SmackDown, immediately set the wrestling world ablaze. It wasn't just two stars posing for a random shot. No, the body language, the smirks, the history, it all hinted at something much, much bigger. Was this just a reunion of two brutal forces, or the first sign of an unholy alliance that could reshape WWE forever? The night started like many recent SmackDowns. Solo Sikoa, now fully separated from Roman Reigns' fractured bloodline, walked a lonely, violent path. With Roman absent, and the USOs feuding with Solo over family loyalty, Sikoa has slowly transformed from the silent enforcer into a king without a crown, hungry, brutal, unpredictable. In the main event, Solo faced Kevin Owens in a savage street fight, the kind that leaves scars and makes legends. Chairs, kendo sticks, steel steps. Nothing was off limits. Owens had the upper hand until a sudden blackout rocked the arena. When the lights returned, Owens stood alone, until Solo blindsided him with a devastating Samoan spike. But Solo wasn't finished. As he stood over the battered Owens, a familiar sound echoed through the arena. "I hear voices in my head." The crowd erupted. Randy Orton was back. Methodical and menacing, Orton made his way to the ring, a grin slithering across his face. Fans expected the Viper to strike Solo. After all, it was the bloodline that had once sidelined Orton with a vicious backstage assault nearly 2 years earlier. Instead, in a moment no one could have predicted, Orton and Solo locked eyes, and Orton nodded. Solo returned the nod, a rare, subtle gesture of mutual respect. Together, they picked apart Owens with a brutality that blurred the line between personal vendetta and calculated message. Orton delivered an RKO onto a chair. Solo followed with a Samoan spike for good measure. The show faded to black with Owens sprawled lifeless at their feet. Backstage, WWE photographers captured the shot heard round the world. Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton, shoulder to shoulder, smirking like predators surveying their next meal. Fans immediately flooded social media with theories. On the surface, Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton couldn't be more different. One is the youngest son of the legendary Anoa'i family, carrying a silent rage as his weapon. The other is a third-generation superstar who has carved a Hall of Fame career out of venomous betrayal, mind games, and a devastating RKO. But dig deeper, and the connection is clear. Both men have lived in the shadow of greater legacies. Orton under the names of his father, Cowboy Bob Orton, and grandfather Bob Orton Sr. Solo under the crushing expectations of Roman Reigns, the USOs, and the broader bloodline dynasty. Both men are apex predators when left to their own devices. And both know that sometimes survival in WWE means aligning with someone just as dangerous as yourself. The photo wasn't just a nostalgic moment. It was a harbinger of chaos to come. If Solo and Orton are truly joining forces, the entire WWE roster should be on notice. This isn't your typical tag team. It's an alliance built on violence, distrust, and mutual respect for destruction. Possible paths. 1. The Apex and the Enforcer take the tag division by storm. Imagine Orton and Solo entering the tag team scene not for gold, but for sheer domination. Destroying teams like DIY, the Street Profits, or even the reigning champs without mercy. Not caring for wins, just pain. 2. Bloodline versus Bloodline. The USOs, now estranged from Solo, could find themselves in Orton's crosshairs as well. Old grudges die hard, and Orton has unfinished business with the Bloodline after they nearly ended his career. This could lead to a massive Bloodline civil war, with Solo and Orton as wild cards hellbent on erasing the past. 3. World title aspirations. What if this isn't about alliances at all? What if it's about Solo learning from one of WWE's most cunning minds? Orton could mentor Solo, teaching him the art of the psychological game, grooming him not just to be an enforcer, but to be the face of WWE. All the while, Orton keeps his eyes on the biggest prize. One last world championship run. 4. Betrayal is inevitable. Of course, with Orton involved, trust is a fool's game. It's only a matter of time before he strikes. And when he does, it could lead to one of the most brutal feuds in modern WWE history. Solo Sikoa versus Randy Orton in a generational battle for supremacy. As the photo circulated, the reactions poured in. Orton and Solo? That's terrifying. Never thought I'd see it. At Wrestling Fanatic 23, the Bloodline thought they were the most dangerous family in WWE. Now Solo's found a bigger snake. At Winesider Daily, best duo since Austin and Triple H, just violence. Pure violence. At Rakutanaware, even WWE legends chimed in. Booker T on his podcast said, "That's a bad combination. You give Solo Sikoa Randy Orton's brain? Man, that's world champion material right there, sucker." WWE has already teased a major announcement regarding Solo and Orton for next week's SmackDown. Rumors suggest they might enter the tag team title picture. or perhaps issue an open challenge to the entire roster. One thing is certain. If Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton are truly united, WWE is in for a storm the likes of which it hasn't seen in years. And it all started with one photo. Would you like me to also create a fantasy promo between Solo and Randy to tease their alliance officially on SmackDown? Could be.